This dude here, there he is, leapt out of this little alcove under the cover of dark, let out a loud bellow, and stabbed at Rush. All right, you guys, if you would enjoy the experience, please roll some initiatives for me.
Okay.
Nice roll, Dallas.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, so we got Jash with a 20, Mary with an 18, Rush with a 12. Someone wanna give me a roll for Satch? Do you guys have Satch's character sheet available?
I do not.
Let me fix that for you then. Let me pull up a physic, and
Why don't you try to redeem yourself there, Shag?
all players.
You want me to?
Yeah.
Hold on a second before you do that.
Sure.
Okay, there you go. We got physic up there so they can roll for him.
Oh, I have to have him highlighted, that's right.
There you go.
And physic on a 15.
There you go.
Alright. And I will roll for this dude.
I've determined over this weekend that I am insane, so I'm gonna keep making noises.
Oh, okay. It took you.
Love it.
You've only figured that out this weekend, huh?
Yeah, I had my friends confirm it with me. They're like, "Yeah, you tend to do this." So,
all right, Jash, you have the initiative, sir. What would you like to do?
Seeing this guy jump out and attack Rush, I'd probably run up to him. Try
Okay.
to kind of push him out of the way and, as best as I can and get in front of him and take a swing.
I don't believe you had to travel more than about 5 feet, so you can make a full attack.
Okay. And these guys, there's no size difference with them, right? They're not.
No, they are
gigantic. Okay.
These dudes this one in front of you is probably about 5'8", 5'9", maybe 5'10" at a push.
Okay.
So they're medium.
Thought so. Just wanted to check. Yikes.
All right. You swipe at him with the flail. He ducks low and uses his shield for coverage against the first one. However, he's not quick enough to kind of revel back into a defensive posture as you bring the flail around and catch him right across the midsection with the second blow. All right. Marigold.
Seeing Jash miss, I'm gonna come up right here, on this corner.
I'm sorry, I don't
You can
mean
do
to
better,
interrupt.
Jash. What?
Wait, did you have the +2 on those? Because you're still under heroism, right?
What time? What was the duration of heroism, and when was it cast?
It's like an hour. Give me a second.
For me, I still have I know I'm still have Barkskin. I have +4 to AC.
Satch gave you bark skin.
Satch gave you
I don't
bark skin
remember
right
the
before you
heroism,
came in here. I'm trying to remember when you guys used heroism.
Yeah, I'm too.
I dropped heroism.
Was it the last thing we did?
If you dropped heroism since you've been here at the entrance, but if you dropped it whenever you saw those goblins back in the woods, or before then it's gone.
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't remember.
You dropped it
I slept
here.
since
I just
then.
remember Satch dropping Barkskin on me.
I may not have. I can't remember.
Okay, I can confirm then that you don't, because Marigold, unless you never actually put it up in chat when you cast it, it would have been.
I don't have macros. For that. Yeah, I don't. I think
we
you're
need
right.
to
I think
fix
this
that.
was before that.
I think it was the goblins when we were in the woods.
I do too. Because I just have my 4 AC plus added in my notes here. That's all I have.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I think it was before then. So probably not. But you do have the +4 on the AC. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So Marigold, you just gonna squeeze up and offer moral support?
No, I'm gonna cast aid on him and go, here you go.
All right. So that basically gives you 8 hit points that you can
That's what that
erase
sounds like.
before your own, and a +1 morale bonus to attack and saves against fear. Alrighty.
Okay. So +1 just in general
Yeah.
for attacks? Okay, got it.
All right. So from out of the dark further down, another one. This one is He has 2 sets of horns on his head. He is clutching the spear with both hands, comes charging down. He attempts to stab you with the spear. Oh, actually, add 2 to that. So he still misses. The other one will then attempt to lash out at you as well. He doesn't get the +2. The other one got it from the charge. All right. And you guys hear this from a little further down in the cave.
Yikes.
Normal.
War of the Worlds.
Followed by this sound.
Oh my god.
And what sounds like a massive horde can be heard somewhere from inside the cave, clamoring and heading in this direction. All right. Physic, what does he want to do?
I think he screams, "Run! Run! Everybody run!"
Yeah, would he maybe drop entanglement at the entrance here to help us get out? Because we still have Pass Without Trace out, I'm pretty sure.
Really? I mean, he says run, but I immediately say, we have them bottlenecks.
That's true, too.
You want to try to kill that many? That sounds like a lot.
That's
A
dozens.
horde?
That sounds like a lot of people, whatever these things are.
I mean, yes, it definitely sounded like it was so... You can tell it's way back in the cave. But for you to be able to hear it, it must be a colossal amount. So Physic, what is he doing?
I think he'd drop entanglement for us and tell us to run.
Well, if he drops entanglement now, you're all in it, so...
I mean, like, the other way? Can
Or
we
you
do
want
that?
him to, like, dump it over here?
Honestly,
Everything past us.
If you guys are split on decisions, then I think you need to take an actual vote.
What were you going to say, though, Shag?
I was going to say spike growth.
Oh, that's good, too.
Whatever
Yeah,
the- I don't
you're probably
know
looking
what
at
it
his
is.
spells. I don't
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
Something along those lines, though, if you can think of
It
a better
depends if your
actual
goal
thing
is to
use.
hurt them as they come out, or if it's to impede them as they come out.
Impede them? A colossal army.
All right, then
Yeah.
do entangle.
Oh god.
I entangle this turn and spike growth the next turn. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
All right? Is that whatever? You all okay with that? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll click it for you.
oh no, I don't. I'm pulling up the my icon for it. Alrighty. There's my cluster of vines I like to use for this. All right. Okay. So basically, I'm assuming he's going to drop it to include them as well. So it will fill that entire area. And they're both in it solidly. All right. Rush.
I'm going to take a step forward or just reach out and put heroism, but I'm also going to start shouting at the goat people, friends, no harm, friends.
Alrighty. And who you putting heroism on?
Jash.
All right. Okay. So now you have heroism. All right. Saving throw for the bottommost one, the one that's directly in front of Jash. He passes by the skin of his teeth, and the one above him does not. So this one is able to move. This one is caught in the entanglement. We'll have to make a strength test to bust out. Daleth.
I'm going to shoot my bow and arrow at the one not right in front of Jash, but this one.
I would say that that's probably the only one you can realistically see with Jash in the way anyway. But because you can shoot over the top of Physic. Mm-hmm. I mean, Rush, sorry. And And I would say that you would have a clear enough shot that I won't consider that a firing into melee penalty.
Okay.
I mean, technically he's in melee, but he
Well, he's
can't go
spiritually
anywhere.
full.
You know, I mean, because he is entangled, so he's stopped in place, and you can clearly see straight over the top of Rush's head. So yeah, I'll let you plug him without that penalty.
2 shots with my bow.
All right, the first arrow strikes true, the second misses and ricochets off the back wall somewhere over here. All right, so that's been done. Jash, what are you going to do now? This one is entangled.
Right, and the one I have.
This one is able to move. So currently, you only have one that is actively
right
moving.
now. Okay. I'll kind of look over my shoulder to everybody and say,
Go! I'll hold him off for a moment.
and take another swing at this one, seeing as though he's not wrapped in the vines like the other one is. And what is sorry, what does heroism give me? I know you don't have the macros. I just want to make sure I add everything right.
+2 to your attack rolls, your saves, and
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, it's quite a nice little boost.
Yeah. I got +3 total for my attack.
Skill checks. Saves and skill checks.
Alright, you belt him twice more. So that is... Alright, okay. A good couple of solid blows. You know, he took the first one on the shield. The second one kind of splintered and broke the corner of his shield, and one of the flail balls buzzed past and caught him on the shoulder. So he's definitely beginning to show signs of wear, but I mean, he's still in this fight at the time being. Okay, so Jash is saying for everybody to get out. Marigold, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to back up some and...
So you step back about 5 feet.
Yeah. Hold on a second. And I'm going to say, well, are we running or are we staying? I don't want to leave you behind, Jash. And just hold my action there.
Alright, you want to answer that?
Yeah, after hitting him twice, I would look back and go,
I thought we were getting out of here. Did you not hear all of them down there?
that's what I
Sounds
said.
like a lot.
Alright,
Yeah.
Physic. Seeing as Marigold is still standing there talking, is Physic running or is he going to stay put?
First, he's going to cast Spike Growth in the same area as the.
Okay, alright. I'll just make a note that is there as well. I don't need to add another layer of crap. Okay, so he uses his action to cast Spike Growth. Does he have, he should have, I think he has the macro for it, right?
I already put it up.
Yeah, so basically, any creature moving on, into, or through will take d4 points of damage for every 5 feet that it doth attempt to move. The beauty of these spells is the duration on them. This one lasts like 7 hours. So, alright, and...
He's probably going to leave the cave.
Okay, so he
seems...
Alright,
I'll
okay,
follow
so
the rest of my
he
turn
backs out.
following him.
Okay, alright, so you're going to back out as well? Alright.
Yes. Keeping an eye on Jash as I back up.
Alrighty. So in that case, it is their turn. This one is going to attempt to make his strength check to bust out of it. And he's a 20. Nope, he's not getting out. This one obviously is out. He is going to continue to push Jash. I'm going to give him D4 for moving out of it. Although he could move, he's still actually got to physically move out of it. So he takes 4 points of damage. Okay. You can see that as he steps out of the vast amount of entangles. You see the huge briars and the thorns just like lacerate his legs as he steps forward. And then he thrusts towards you with his spear.
Ooh, that's a miss.
And once again, your avid shield deflects the blow. All right.
Scary.
The noise is starting to get significantly louder. It sounds like the horde of whatever they are is getting much closer. The horn in the background can still be heard, getting louder. And Rush, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna drop Scorching Ray on the one attacking Josh before I turn to get the GTFO.
Scorching Ray? Does that need a line of... I think you're going to have a... You might be able to... I don't know that you can hit that one from there.
Oh, yeah?
Scorching Ray requires a clear line of sight, right? And Jash may be kind of big and in the way. Because I think Scorching Ray is... Let's see.
It's a 2-hit, right? So...
It's a ranged touch attack.
It's a ranged touch attack. So technically, it could be considered the same as firing into melee. But you could shoot the other one without that penalty, but it's your choice.
I'll take a step forward then. Now can I see?
If you want to, I mean, you could shuffle up and try to get a clear line if you want to, yeah. And that will hit the mark.
Nice.
And so will that. So you blast him with 2 beams of Scorching Ray. Lots of burny, cut. For a total of 29. Alright, the 2 blasts hit him, pushing him kind of back. He bounces off the corner, falls to the ground over here, and is most definitely deceased. He is a burnt, charred mess. For your
Now I'm
move
going to say to Josh, now let's go together.
Alright, good idea. Thanks.
Well, you will have to disengage not to get an attack of opportunity from that guy.
Yeah,
Or one of you will. He can only hit one of you, but if you... but of course, a disengage is a full action. So, you can leave... You can use your move... basically, you can use your movement to leave this turn, but one of you will get an attack of opportunity. Or you can wait till next turn and then disengage and then won't get an attack of opportunity.
Let's see, what were their modifiers like? Yeah, what
Well, they stabbed you in surprise. They haven't hit Jash yet.
Yeah, but I'm a lot easier to hit, surprisingly. I'm going to take a chance and try to get away now.
Okay, alright, go for it. You going to bolt first? Or is Jash going to go first?
So the first person who runs, he'll attack, is what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Oh, okay.
But I'm asking if you're literally both going to turn and run, or if one of you is going before the other.
I'm sure Jash would make sure you get out first, Rush. He wouldn't leave you behind.
That kind of deal.
I wouldn't leave you behind.
Okay.
No way.
All right. Then if that is the case, he will not... he is not stupid enough to overextend himself with you standing there to guard him. So he will actually... You see him, like, ready his spear as Rush turns to bolt. But then as an afterthought, he realizes, but then I'm going to be defenseless against this dude right in front of me. Alright, so he backs out. Daleth.
It's dark in there now.
And now,
Yes.
Are you backing out now?
Can't see anything.
Are you backing out now?
I was going to shoot the guy, but considering the light source ran out, yeah, I'm backing out.
Well, let me put it this way. The light source would be still visible to some degree.
Okay, well, I
So
would do
he is
two
out of the
parting
cave,
shots.
but that's the light shining in from him.
I would do 2 parting shots.
All right.
But I would
okay.
leave. At the entangled one.
Well, if you're doing 2, that's a full attack, so it's a full action, right?
So then.
Or are you just doing 1 and then running?
Just the 1.
Okay, all right.
You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Okay, so you shoot and plug him once, and then you're out.
Yep.
All right. He's taking another 6. Alrighty. Leaving Jash on the retreat. Other than the roaring, you can now hear what sounds like heavy, clip-cloppy footprints stomping and running down hardened stone corridors coming in your direction. Alright, Jash, you can disengage if you wish.
Or
you can
hearing that, I would just hightail it. I'd be out of there.
Okay, so you're just going to use a disengage action to get out of there. So he doesn't get an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
I will roll for his attempt to escape. And he doesn't. Okay. All right, so you flee outside of the cave. Let's go ahead and get you guys outside. And we'll see what you do then.
Well, he should still be asleep.
Yeah,
Cut the
it's
chain of the
not.
bar.
It certainly has
Run!
not been very long. All right, let me
Someone
just go
close the
ahead
door
and
behind us.
scroll this out for you guys. All right, so you guys come running out of the cave entrance. I'll cut off the combat audio just for now.
As I leave, is the cliff that where the cave entrance is in climbable, or is it like sheer?
It's climbable with a lot of effort. There's no scurrying up there quickly,
Okay.
if that's what you're thinking. I mean, you could definitely climb up there, but you would be using either very slow going or you'd have to use tools to do so.
Yeah, so what are the odds that Cece's in there? Because I don't like...
Well, high odds. A dead body.
Right, the
I don't know.
huge big diabor over here slumbers still soundly.
I think we're probably still running.
Yeah,
we'd be getting away.
we're running this way, right?
Yeah.
Because we said that we'd run this way.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys just cluster it and keep on running to get clear of the area?
Yeah.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
And Physic would do another pass without trace if he hadn't already.
Okay,
I
you
would-
make basically you want to keep running to get to till you get to a tree line?
Yeah,
Yeah.
is there one
Yeah.
close?
All right. So it's a couple of hundred yards between you and the tree line. By the time you get to the tree line, nothing has yet come out of the cave after you. Of course, if physics, natural spells did their trick, then that was the desired intent for obvious reasons. But we get you to the edge of the trees. Other than this area here, the trees are all fairly dense. And we're going to go ahead and move you to a tree map so I can... Let's see, and you'll have to bear with me as I move your flag to an appropriate thingy. Alright, and we'll just go here. Okay. Alright, so you burst into the trees and get far enough away that you feel comfortable that the things are not following you. Of course, with Pass Without Trace, they can't smell you, they can't track you under any normal means. So unless they happen to just blindly guess the direction that you went, there's a fairly good chance that they're not going to know where you are.
Okay. Come to a stop.
Well,
What
that
were those things?
went well.
Breathe. What?
What were those things?
Goat people.
Look, they Whatever they were our only lead. We're just running blind out here.
Okay, so
Also,
now we know
real
what
quick,
we're
sorry,
dealing
Over
with.
the Helping Ninja JB and Junk Farmer, thanks for your resubs, guys. I forgot to mention them earlier, so I wanted to get them out while I remembered.
There
want
sounds
me-
like an awful lot of them.
You want me to stay in there?
I have an idea.
I'm listening.
Well,
We don't know how many there are, but we know there's a hell of a lot of them. Not enough to where we could just handle them all at once, Daleth. Okay? But if we could find some kind of vantage point to watch them over the next few days, maybe we could figure out the schedule and how many come out to hunt, how many are in there, and we could try to go in and rescue Cece if she's there, she's alive.
What do you think the odds are of them knowing magic?
That'd probably be a question for Physic.
Physic.
Well,
He,
he's not here, so you'll have to answer that question yourselves.
but I mean, would
Make
he
a roll.
would he
Like
know
a
of anything
knowledge
about
nature?
these people, these types of people? Jash has never seen them. I've never seen them before, so
Yeah.
I would have no idea.
Yeah, Daleth has no idea either, so I'm just gonna shrug.
Yep. I would say, quite honestly, you're just going to have to make your own assumption.
There's always a possibility, but they seemed a little rudimentary, in my opinion, with their weapons.
I'm just saying, either there's a lot of them or there's not. So my
Saying
thought
it could have been a
were-
trick.
Well, I mean, we can do that sort of thing. I'm going to look at Physic.
How
Physic. He has simple spells that do things like, he has ghost sounds that make it sound
I do
can make
too.
it
That's
sound
what I
like a
was
large
saying.
group of people are coming.
When they were getting closer, since I was the last person in there, Gore, did I feel any?
Yes,
I did. Okay.
you could feel, even though the ground was rocky, you could definitely feel a very faint, vibrant tremor.
Okay. So when someone mentioned that, do they have spells like that? I would say,
well, I don't know about any magic, but do your illusions make the ground tremble as well?
Could have potentially.
Because it not only sounded, but it felt like there was a lot of those goats heading straight our way.
I'm just saying, either there's a lot of them or there's not. And if there's not, then they're at least really smart.
Well, they did manage to take out an orc encampment with surprise of some kind.
Right.
And there
we
was a
saw
lot
the
of orcs.
footprints. We saw them single-lined, formed in a line.
How tall was the mountain or cliff that the cave was a part of? Was it like really tall, or? I mean,
It's, as I said, it looks like at one point it was like a steady slope that came down, but an area of it just kind of fell away. So it's probably about 30 to 40 feet.
So there's like a whole city down there, right? To house that many?
I mean, the caves obviously, the caves didn't go down; they went in. But yeah, I mean, arguably they could go back a very long way. I mean, there's no way of knowing, of course.
okay. So here's what we could do. Piggybacking off of Marigold's idea, we position the gnomes at the tree line over here, at a certain distance apart, and we lure as many of them away, hoping the entangle and the spike growth will slow them, allowing us to set this up. And you do your ghost sounds to denote a lot of people running away, and maybe when they finally do emerge from the cave, they will follow and just run, and then we can go in without there being so many.
All right.
I mean, this is an idea. We don't have to use the gnomes and your magical abilities, but Marigold, you're right. I mean, we could find a place to watch the entrance, but hopefully not being detected. If we can climb on top of the cavern, maybe they don't go up there. I don't know.
It
Vikings.
seems like they can jump or climb, but pretty well with those hooves.
Goats usually can. Climb pretty well, I mean. That and they eat garbage, but I don't think that those break garbage.
Or we can maybe find another entrance. I imagine there's more than one.
Yeah, just anything but making those schedules you mentioned. That just sounds boring.
Sounds like
All right.
accounting.
Sounds like a good idea. We should make Make haste.
Yeah, we only got to. I mean, and they still might come through that entangled spike growth stuff. I mean, that might not deter them, or it might force them out the other location that we might be finding, and then they can find us, and we're screwed. But honestly, we don't have any other ideas. The only idea we have
hypotheticals, yeah.
is in that cave, right? Because that's where prisoners could be, right?
So which of all the different options you have, which do you wish to pursue?
So it's either in that cave or we, go home?
No, we need to get in that cave. I like the idea.
I mean, without stating the obvious, it's very clear that this is because you tracked the cloven feet from the orc cave to here. It's very obvious that these are what took out the orcs, or amazingly, they stumbled across a completely wiped out orc camp as well, and went, "Oh, look, no living orcs. Let's just leave."
Okay, so maybe we watch them, but we catch one. I mean, that's what you guys were going to do with the goblin, right?
Where would we set up our watch nest without being detected? Because we can't exactly move around stealthily with the armor we're wearing.
Well, no, but
you have if you remember the entrance area, as I said, you've got about a 200 to 300 yard clearing around the cave entrance where the tree lines are, and so. You know, you can get within 200 to 300 yards of the entrance while in tree cover. To get any closer, you're breaking out onto the.
And are those trees dense?
Pretty much so. Yeah, they're thick. I mean, look at you can pretty much see how dense the trees are here.
So if we got in like the top of a tree without breaking it and just stayed really still, would they see us? I guess because they did. I mean, if they can see during at night or see our heat or something, we're screwed, right? Because we're just
oh god, they're like
We
predators.
can cover ourselves in mud.
Well, orcs, as you know, can see in absolute pitch black. The question is, can these?
Well, I mean,
It'll make my armor less shiny. I'm just gonna start picking up the dirt and trying to rub it on as it falls off because it's not.
I mean, that's not the worst idea. Is to cover ourselves in mud and try to.
It'll help us blend in, alright?
So we can't do what
And
we
thus
just did.
camouflage was created.
We got a ghillie suit, guys. Let's go. All right,
Okay.
well, let's find mud and mud ourselves up. And
That's
then
not hard. You can just dig down into the ground and pull out handfuls of thick
Sweet.
black soil and rub it into your
Use
skin
that
or
on my
faces.
skin and my armor.
So we're gonna rub each other and then go to a tree.
Okay,
I'm sorry, I had to say that.
so you're all covered in mud.
Never thought I'd be doing this.
And then go to the clearing to the west or to the east where we ran from, and
Yes.
just stake out the entrance.
Yes.
All right, so you guys are pretty much just wanting to be like all over here, but inside the tree line, and
On top,
Yeah.
like climb a tree, right? We go in.
is that what you want to do? You want to climb trees?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right or not? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I want to climb a tree.
I don't know if it'd make much of a. If we're at the tree line, I don't know how much of a difference it'd really make.
But what if they start coming this way when they finally do emerge?
Then you're
So-
on trees.
Run, or right? Because if they're good at climbing and jumping, then
Daleth, if you want to get up in a tree, go ahead and get up in a tree.
I think I'll stay down here.
Oh well, I'm not splitting from you guys. Like if you guys run and I'm up in a tree, we're split.
I'll catch you if you jump. I'll get you.
He will catch you.
And I just have the question: if they emerge from the cave and start heading in this direction, us running kind of defeats the purpose of staking out their location, maybe going in when there's less of them.
Well,
Right?
it depends on how many come out in this direction too. If we maybe want to catch one.
They make noise. Others hear us and do the.
I mean, just don't shoot your gun, and maybe they won't hear us. We're pretty far away from the entrance.
Okay.
Hear that, Rush? Don't shoot your gun. You still have a gun? I don't know. Yeah.
He still has that.
Like broke or
All right.
something.
Well, let's
Oh, it's Dallas.
wait this out, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys just gonna hide in the tree line and watch the cave entrance.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Well,
So how many minutes has it been since we ran, or?
not long. I mean, 5-10
Okay.
minutes. Needless to say, absolutely nothing happens. There is no sign of any of them, at least for a good 7 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, because of the freaking. So all their other spells dissipate, don't they? Yes.
If you're going to sit here and wait for 7 hours, yes.
Damn.
But after 7 hours, as the sun has gone down and it begins to get a little darker, even though you're looking at the clearing, of course you can see a little better. Eventually, you do start noticing several of them begin to emerge out of the entrance. The first 3 or 4 out are about the same size as the ones you've seen. However, about half a dozen of them emerge behind them. They are all probably 6'6" to 6'8". They have much thicker, heavier horns. Most of them have goatees, ironically, and are much larger and burlier. Like, these are kind of like more of an alpha or a stronger version. Like, the things that you've already fought are like the lesser of their ilk. So, I mean, there's about, as I said, close to about a dozen. By now, the boar has woken up. You see a couple of them walk over, not getting too particularly close, and hurl a bucket of God knows what to the floor of whatever this thing, the giant boar just starts going and scoffing this stuff up. They are speaking, but I don't believe any of you can speak their language. If you want to rattle off what languages you speak on the off chance.
Common.
Oh my god, that was it. No.
I speak goat. No, Gnomish. Gnomish in common, yeah.
I wouldn't. Dwarf Orc in common.
No, check Satch, because it's possible he might have something really obscure and weird. You know how he is.
Common, gnome, draconic, orc, and druid.
Okay, no. Alright. So yeah, you cannot understand a word that they say. The language seems to be more like bellows, various different bellows and brays than it does an actual spoken tongue, although there is definitely significant lengths, pauses, tone changes and stuff, enough to know that there is a form of communication going on. But it's probably not a complex language for sure.
I'm gonna poke Marigold when we start hearing them speak. I'm gonna look up at her, not saying anything.
Okay. At that point, one of the largest of them, he kind of like grabs the smaller one of them by the shoulder and thrusts him forward, and then points at a couple of the other smaller ones, and they immediately get down on all fours and start examining the ground, pawing at it and looking very closely, and they begin to fan out like they are most definitely looking for tracks.
Thanks, Physic.
I mean, technically, we didn't have Pass Without Trace when we left the orc encampment, right?
Oh, we did.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Oh, so we've been Pass
Did
Without
we?
Trace
I
this
thought
entire
that he
time?
purposely didn't use Pass Without Trace.
I'm
'Cause
pretty
he
sure
was
he
wanting
did.
to leave
No, he did. He
for
had,
dead.
you know, he
I'm
did.
pretty
He has,
sure he cast it that morning.
He did.
yeah. So they're not going to find any tracks, are they?
Well, probably not. Yeah. Not if that was cast, which it was.
Well, let's see what they do.
Yeah, we're just, I guess, going to observe them.
Yeah. See what they do.
All right. They are coming. Some of them are coming closer and closer and closer to this tree line where you are, as they continue
Okay.
to fan out and try to look.
How many are coming this way?
Just a couple of them. But I mean, they're all close enough to where they can see each other.
Okay.
And there was much rejoicing.
All right. Do you guys, as you can see them starting to get closer and closer, do you want to do anything, or you just want to hold position and hope they don't find you, or make a move?
I'm following the example of everyone else. So we were hidden in cover.
You are hidden in cover. The question is, how is their eyesight, and are they going to be able to see you? They're not right on top of you at this point, so it's really your choice. Do you try to sneak away now, or do you want to hold your ground?
Maybe if we pull back some more, they will keep going further into the forest, and we can isolate them.
Okay.
So sneak back.
Pass without trace. Let's see. Do you have pass? Can you pop it up?
It's scrolled up.
Is it a 7-hour duration?
It is a 7-hour duration.
Then technically you have it still right now, but only probably for a few minutes.
Okay, let's back up.
Yeah.
Last time then.
Quietly.
Goes away. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Then everybody do your best impression of being quiet as you try to back out of there. Give me your sneak rolls.
Okay.
Your move silently's.
This is Physic.
All right. All right. So Physic is going to back out of there.
Oh, so close.
Josh, look at him.
Oh, this is bad.
I lost.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Physic, Jash, and Rush move out. Start to move back pretty quietly.
Marigold and Dallas, not so much. Oh, painful.
Dallas
All
was
right.
trying to
Marigold's
harmonize.
not making a lot of noise, but anybody paying much attention would definitely hear her. And as for Daleth, well, as he steps back and runs smack bang into a tree branch that's hanging low. Oh my god! Shh, oh shit! Alrighty. Let's make a quick roll for them.
Oh well, they're gonna spot this.
All right. Amazingly, they didn't seem that alert. However, yeah, they as they're paying so much attention to the ground, one of them doesn't really bat much of an eyelid, but you do see one of them and start looking in the direction of where you are, and he raises a hand and kind of points over in your direction. Okay, so seeing that, what do you want to do?
Well, we keep moving. I mean,
All right, so
right.
but are you going to continue to move slowly and attempt to continue to be quiet, or are you saying fuck it and running?
well, yeah. I mean, how far back could I move slowly? Like half distance?
Yeah.
All right, so I would be here. And
Okay,
then
so
I would
y'all
move-
are slowly backing out still.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, you see the bigger ones kind of raise and look in that direction, look at each other. They grab one of the small ones and send him back into the tunnel. And then preparing their weapons, which seems to be big, nasty, cruel-looking axes, huge, big mallets that have got spikes all over them, and nasty, cruel-looking spears with extra little jutted-out parts, form up into like a line about 10 feet apart, and start jogging with their weapons up front towards the tree line, like not a sprint, but an organized movement towards the front of the trees. The smaller ones seem to wait, or it looks like they're waiting for the big dudes to catch up.
I'm gonna cast ghost sounds as far away from us as I can.
Ghost sounds, I think you can probably go about 45 feet, something like that.
It says 25 plus 5 feet every 2 levels.
Okay, so 25 feet plus
30
15,
feet every 2 levels.
So it's about Yeah, about 45 feet. Give or take, right? Is that right?
I don't know. I
If
don't
it's
know
every
if it
two
means
levels,
5
right? It's
feet every
25
2 levels
feet,
or
and then
it's
it's
weird.
25 feet, and then every 2 levels, you add an extra 5 feet. So you add a 5 foot at 3, and again at 5, and again at 7. So you're adding 15 foot to 25.
So it's
it's
40.
40 feet then. There you go. Yeah.
That's as far away as I can get it. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, Ghost Sounds doesn't travel very far. So which direction? Like north of you, south of you? And what is the sound of?
Movement in the trees, I guess.
Do you want the movement to sound like it's going towards them or away from them?
Away from them.
Okay. So basically, you're going to try to make it sound like it's more down here, and then you guys, I'm taking it, are going to kind of go more this way?
Yeah.
All right, okay. So you cast Ghost Sounds down there, and then continue to move slowly but noisily in that direction, or turn and run?
Do they take the bait? Is the question.
It would appear that they are.
So we can.
I mean, you can see them turn their heads, and all the line kind of moves slowly in that, like wheel slightly, so that it's going to go looks like they're going to enter the tree line a little further south of you than where you are.
So I'm going to hold up a finger for a second to say everyone stand still until they disappear, and then continue moving. So we're not like conflicting noises, right? Because moving at the same time as the ghost sounds,
Yeah.
they could hear both and split up further.
Right.
So
Just bear in mind they're only going to be 40 feet away from you. So they're not going to be very far. When they come through when they get to where you are, I mean, they're only going to be down here. So, and it is daylight,
yeah.
so...
Okay,
in
so
theory,
then-
they will be able to still see you if you stay put.
So then we continue to move northeast.
Okay. Again, though, are y'all moving slowly, or are you turning and running in that direction? Was the original question.
If we run, they're gonna catch the gnomes. I'm just saying. They're probably faster than we are by a good bit.
Yeah. We should. I don't know. Back up more.
Yeah, but quietly. Should we try to be quiet?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
You're
probably
muted,
should.
Shay.
All right, so you guys are going to
Okay.
continue to
Right?
try to
Because if we go
stealthily
louder,
go
they'll
backwards.
hear us anyways.
Mhm.
All right, go for it.
Sorry, this
Yeah.
is a difficult decision. Okay, let's make some rolls.
Yeah. As you're all moving to... Oh, look at Jash, look. He's doing such a good
You get a
job, not that
20?
it matters.
Natural 20!
It matters. It matters.
Oh, it definitely matters on the...
It matters.
On the you-know-what scale. All right.
Congratulations!
The first 20 of the night belongs to the Snugs. So those of you
did
that
it.
picked him, there you go. Get some golds. All right.
Feel free to
Okay.
back me up, Josh.
So yeah, Marigold and Rush, you're not being particularly quiet.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
we
I
will
probably get-
we'll roll for it.
Put me there. Where was I?
Oh, what the hell did I just do there? There we go. All right.
Should be able to get a little further back, but I wouldn't be behind everyone.
And alrighty. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and cover this up just for a fraction, so I can gonna have to steal some. Dice window cover. Give me a second here, and I'll put some of these on the map for you. Where are you guys?
Would you have backed up Rush?
Looks like I probably tripped over my own feet while I did it, but yeah.
Yeah, you mean 15 feet, right?
Yeah, I want to make sure you're back there.
All right. Okay, let me go ahead and position a few of these as they begin to come into view.
Ooh.
All right, so they're kind of fanned out in this direction, but also further south from where you are. Again, you can see that some of these are pretty hefty and kind of burly-looking individuals. Move him there. Okay. All right, so they clearly were following that sound, but of course, as you start scuffling around north of them, you notice that this dude here turns his head and looks in that direction. He crouches down low so he can see below the tree line. You guys can see him, he can see you, and at which point in his weird, bellowish sounds, he says something or other, and immediately all of the ones that are to the south begin to gather. They don't actually kind of charge forward at this point. They just form themselves into more like an actual battle line. The slightly smaller ones are pushed to the front. Okay, but as I said, they have stopped. They form themselves kind of like a battle line and poise and get ready. The one to the farthest left, you see him look back in the direction of the cave and raise his ears like he's listening for something. But all the time, still keeping his eyes fixed on you guys. Alright, what do you want to do?
Crap my pants.
Yes.
Was that a full action?
Yes, it is. Well, if we're gonna try for communication, now's the time.
I don't know what they speak.
All right.
Marigold.
I'm going to cast tongues.
Okay. Alrighty.
Let me pull it up.
Roll for crap pants, that's it. How loud do you crap your pants? Alright, yeah, so just over an hour of tongues.
Once I stop talking, if they come attack, then we should probably attack, okay?
Well, yeah, but say hello to them.
Okay. Hello, comrades! Are you out there? We come in peace.
It gets a reaction from them, but it's more of a surprising reaction, like...
Friends!
They look at each other, and immediately you see the one in the center kind of go... And they widen their line.
They're widening the line.
Yeah, we can say them.
What did you say to them?
I said hello, friends.
That's all you said? Because I heard more words. What else did you
Come
say?
in peace.
Why
All
would
right, the
you
one on the far
say
left
that?
still continues to keep raising his left ear and glancing through the trees in the direction of the
What do you
cave.
want me to say?
Marigold, we entered their cave, we killed one of them, we hurt the others, we stopped them from leaving their home, and you say we come in peace?
I don't know we're the same
He
people.
drew first blood, I'm just saying. I got stabbed right here. It still hurts.
So say that!
Say what?
We got stabbed, we reacted. Stop surrounding us, because that's clearly what they're doing.
One of us
Fine.
waiting for something from the cave. Look at him.
Reinforcements!
We see you surrounding us. Please stop. We do not mean you any harm. We were attacked.
Okay,
Talk to
they
us.
don't move. They just continue to look at you. You could swear the one in the center is now grinning as he's looking at the others to the side of him and begins to nod.
I don't think it's working.
The
I know
one
that
to the
look.
far left, you hear him like go,
Did he laugh at me?
He's gonna violate one of us, dude. That's what that look means.
Not me.
They're not the talking type.
Well, maybe one of, does anybody have something that we could hit them all with? Like, before the rest of them get here?
Like what?
I don't know. All I gotta do
Something.
is...
I'm just gonna hold up my
Something.
shield and flail.
right.
Formations.
Honestly,
Formation.
I think Physic would do something at this point.
Oh yeah, Physic has stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think Physic's gonna do?
Well, he has Summon Nature's Ally 4. He doesn't have like the Lightning Storm or Produce Flame or anything. I don't know. I could see him casting one of those, but
Okay.
that's up to you guys. I mean, because we're clearly going to fight, and we're clearly going to be outnumbered, so
Yeah.
a surprise action by him would probably go a long way, right?
Yeah, something to kind of like get all of them like a preemptive strike there.
Hypnotism?
Well, you could do that too if you want.
Right.
That'd be good too. Something.
All right. Okay. You can now hear clearly whatever it was that the guy on the end. There are hordes of them coming out of the cave entrance, probably 30, 40, and they are heading in this direction.
40.
And
No.
that's a guess, and they're still coming out. What do you want to do?
All right, he's going to cast. Physic is going to cast a Direboar.
You're gonna fight them?
No.
You
As a
have
distraction.
about 4 rounds before the entire horde busts this tree line.
Right. So Physic is going to cast a Direboar,
Okay.
command it to charge the one in the middle, and then he's going to say, "Run like the wind."
Okay. I'm going to run like the wind.
And I run like the wind. All right, let's go ahead. So he's summoning a dire boar or a dire wolf?
No, it's a Direboar. It's a 4th level. So.
Okay. It's just that usually he's been summoning dire wolves. That's the only reason I asked.
There's a Dire Ape, Dire Boar, and Dire Wolverine at this level. So.
Okay, so he summons the dire boar, sends it through the tree line,
Yes. In a.
and then screams, "Run like hell."
Yes.
Okay. What does everybody do when that happens?
Runs
Run like hell.
Run.
I guess we're running.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which direction are you running? I mean, realistically,
East.
it's going to have to be east because you can't.
Yeah,
really go
northeast.
You're going to be slamming
away.
into the cliff face if you go too far north.
Okay.
All
then,
right.
yeah.
Okay. So you guys all just turn tail and leg it. All right. The dire boar goes smashing into these guys. Logically, those that can will swarm around the dire boar. This one, you see him stop and look. He glances at the dire boar, sees you guys running, and you can tell it's going through his mind. Should he give chase or should he stop? But as it looks like he's about to come in your direction, you see him kind of, as you can see, hot steam blowing out of his nose. And he just turns back, raises his axe, and stomps back towards the dire boar. Alright, whatever happens after that, you guys won't probably be aware, because you're going to be running quite consistently, I'm taking it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have tracks now, don't we? As we're running.
He does have another charge of. He took 3 freaking
Good.
charges of that spell.
And he
Let's
did,
use
because
one.
you've been really needing it. It's been saving your
Yeah.
butt. So,
We will pass it one more time.
you want to take the time to drop one more of those on yourselves and keep running?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay, you flee into the trees, knowing or praying that you can't be tracked or smelled. And it does seem to successfully work. You get further, you run through the trees, you keep running in panic, and do so for a good probably 20 minutes before you start running out of steam and finally realizing that they are not behind you.
Damn it.
We'll move you somewhere else.
Alright, so there's clearly a lot. It wasn't a prank. Or a charm. Or a, whatever you call it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
I wasn't doubting you, but we had to rule it out.
I mean, it looks... Now, hear me out. This is going to sound weird, but I got a severe impression of Azumire when looking at those guys. Think about it. The big, gnarly ones.
You weren't there for it? Yep.
What? The big ones, they were like the nobles, and the little ones that were being pushed around was like the riffraff. I imagine in that cave there's a lot of little ones, and the big ones are kind of lording over them all.
Yeah.
Every race does it then.
So there probably are less of the big ones than we think, even though that's still too much for us. I'm just making an observation.
Oh. I thought you were going to say you wanted to like exploit the dissonance between the two. And use the little ones to fight the big ones. That's why I thought you were going to go with it.
I wouldn't know where to even try to do that, Josh, but that is a good idea.
Well, I don't know about that. That's what I thought you were going. Okay, so how are we going to get into this cave without this entire force coming after us?
Well, they're all out of the cave right now. We can loop back around.
But then they're eventually going to come in, and then we're going to be trapped in there.
Probably.
Yeah, no.
Unless there's another entrance. We don't know that. We could circle this place.
But we didn't see any of them. They only started looking for us when the spell dissipated, right? So what if that is the only entrance?
True.
I don't know how that helps us. It doesn't, but it's just...
Maybe it's unrelated. Maybe they came out when it got dark.
Possible.
A thing. Maybe Rush is right. What if they can't see well during the day? We could try to find out.
Yeah, maybe they're sensitive to light. Maybe that's why they live in a cave.
When they finally did emerge, was it light out, Gore?
Well, the timing of that, it was just starting to get... the sun had gone down, if you remember, and it had just started to get darker. So... it could be definitely one or the other. Maybe it is to do with light. Maybe it is to do with the fact that that's the duration that physics spells maintained. Either one would seem like a sound tactic right now.
See if we lead one away and look at it, even if it's dead.
Well, how are we gonna do that? They seems like they travel together.
They didn't in the beginning. There were only two. When we walked in the cave, I mean.
What happened when the horde emerged from the cave again? Like, the guy was clearly had his ears listening. But
if you remember, right before they came after you, one of them grabbed one of the little dudes and sent him into the cave.
Okay. I thought he just got shoved aside.
No, he sent him into the cave.
Okay.
And that basically, yes, that's what he was doing. He was waiting for the reinforcements before they made any moves.
Got it. Okay.
And loving the fact that you guys were just trying to talk to him and standing there and waiting for their reinforcements to show up. That's why they were getting a little entertained. They were like, this is going to be easy.
Okay. Shoot. We need to test that theory.
Well, other than the small bit of light that I've seen you make, Rush, is there something that is bigger that would actually maybe affect them in some way?
I have something. I can't use it though.
You always do. You always do.
I'll try theory on if you'll let me blind them.
Well, if you don't want a lot coming out, then you send in not a lot. for lure.
I mean, if there are so many of them, their territory is obviously quite large, right? I mean, so we're probably still in said territory.
Right.
And the orc encampment was how far from the cave, Gore?
A good day or so.
A day. And the orc encampment from the dirigible crash site was another day-ish?
A couple of days.
Couple of days.
I have the spell Daylight. I could cast it when it's dark and see if they hate it. And then see if they can see it all.
It's not a bad idea. You want to go back to the ones that we ran away from? See if maybe...
I can't do it yet.
No.
It'd have to be tomorrow night.
Well, it's worth a shot. It's the best idea I've heard.
The other idea is during the day tomorrow, we could try to lure it out with noises and see if they come out. And if they don't, we know that they don't like the light.
Okay.
I mean, with so many of them in there,
I think you're muted, Spook, if you're trying to speak.
Oh, no, I was making a comment to myself.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, if there's so many of them, I don't think they'd probably be all around here searching for us. I mean, they have, obviously, the goat power, right?
Goat power!
I don't fully... I'm more inclined to believe that they were stopped by the herding traps of Physic and not the light, necessarily. But, I mean, it's still possible, but if we are wrong with that, we screw ourselves over in a big way. Is that a risk we're taking?
You don't take any risks, you can't make any progress.
If you take a big risk and it backfires, you could die and not make any progress either.
Yeah, you beat
That's
me
life.
to it. Not my life. I don't want to do anything too crazy.
No,
I would
so
like to
let's
get
just
home.
not take any risks at all. Let's just go home.
Okay.
No, everybody. We're gonna stay here and figure this out. In the meantime, why don't we... No, never mind. I don't know.
I'm not out of too many spells, but
Well, we do need to rest so everyone can recuperate what they've done.
Yeah, we do have that entire horde looking for us right now.
So
we need to
let's
not be so close then.
let's move north of here or east of here and then try to find a place to rest and
Sounds good to me.
Alright?
Okay, so you guys are just going to kind of get yourself a little bit more distance for safety purposes, and move far enough away to where you feel more comfortable that... Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a heal on Rush.
Okay.
Go to bed. Right? You heard
Lay
it.
your hands on thee. May Tritherion bless you.
May Tritherion bless you.
And he blesses you for 12 points of healing.
it was just enough to put me at full health.
There you go.
woohoo! So as we rest that night, I'm just going to say to everybody, if there are so many of them, they're most likely infesting this forest in all directions, searching for us, which means if we did come across one of them, they'd be spread out enough that we could possibly get one prisoner. So maybe the key is not to go back to the cave and try to root them out or find their schedule, and I look at Marigold, but wait for a lone idiot to be here that we can jump.
Where are we going to wait? Just randomly?
doesn't look like they lone idiots. It seems like the big people tell the small goat people what to do, and if they're out of line, they get, like, destroyed and eaten.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Just a guess.
We're pretty dark there.
So sorry.
Very specific. Destroyed and eaten.
I try to stay positive, but sometimes, the darkness gets me.
I understand. I do. But okay, so where are we going to wait for one of these to just break off from the rest?
That's not what happened. We need to go back to the tree line at least, right?
Is that what you want to do? Go all the way back to the tree line where the cave entrance is?
I really don't. I don't see.
No, I don't think we would. That doesn't make sense.
So you don't vote? You vote no?
So you guys want to pick them off one by one?
Oh, we get information from one.
Right, but what are the chances one just come over?
And what if there are so many that they find each other expendable?
I'm pretty sure that is what they find.
Didn't it?
That's exactly what I was saying. The big ones think the little ones are expendable, so of course they'd send them out all across the woods. Because they're small and tiny and easily overwhelmed. Like
So
what you did to that
are you counting on them to just be pissed at the other ones and tell us what we want to know? Because we're not going to be able to use them for collateral.
Killer! TJS, thanks for the resub, buddy. 36 months.
Killer.
Spend
Pants
a
off,
little
pants
of
off.
your pants off and throw some hype.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it, buddy.
I thought we were going to use one as like a science experiment.
Right.
Well, yeah, but I mean, kind of past that.
Well, then we chop its head off.
And are we going to wait to do that to the next 400 that wander past us? We could be here a while.
No, I'm not saying we do the same thing over and over and over again. I'm saying physics sent a dire bower at a big one. Probably hurt it a little bit. It's probably pissed off and fuming because they seem to have a short temper anyway. So I think they would be more inclined to send a bunch of the little bastards out that we can capture one and get information on. Maybe there's another entrance, and then when we're done with it, we kill it. Because clearly it's not our friend. That's what I'm saying. We use it for information.
What's its leverage?
Death.
So I'm going to tell you what you want to know so you'll kill me?
No, so you won't kill me, and then we'll kill him anyway.
Yeah.
He probably thinks that's what we're going to do.
No, we get Marigold to flash her healing spells and stuff. So we're friends. And
So you want to win it over? Make it think that you might at least be nice and.
What
Okay,
we all...
if I
healing
put myself
spells.
in its position, I would think that even if you weren't going to kill me, that all of the people back there at the cave will catch me eventually and kill me for telling me stuff.
Well, we're going to use one to see if the light thing would work.
Yeah.
If they're sensitive to light. I thought that was like number
I
one
thought that was the first
on the
plan.
list.
But what after that is what I'm asking.
Well, then we know. We rule out one of the things that we're thinking. Process of elimination.
Right.
I'd rather do a little bit of research before just running into one entrance of a cave with 40 goats coming at me.
Goats.
No thanks.
Okay, so what's your game plan for trying to capture one of these dudes then?
Well, first I think we're going to rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're just going to rest up here and hope that they don't stumble across you?
Yeah, I mean, we moved quite a bit more than 20
you did.
minutes, right? So,
Josh will keep watch. Or, wait, you can't see very well.
Well, it's been Dallas has been keeping it, and Josh usually gets up since neither of them really have to recharge much, and they're pretty much good to go. that'll probably be the sleeping order. Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, so who's taking first watch, you say?
Daleth.
Alright, so Daleth, you gonna coming up with any form of light source so you can actually
Well, I would if I was smart, but no, I
so
can't
you're just gonna
risk
squint
revealing
and
our
hope you
location.
can see something coming out of the
I
dark?
want to rely more on my ears.
Okay, so you're gonna be instead of watching, you're gonna inherently listen.
Yeah, I have
There you
my
go.
eyes closed, so my ears are heightened. You know, because that's how that works, right?
Yes, the use of resources, your body, you just move into something else. Absolutely.
Right. I don't touch anything either. So
Alrighty.
I don't,
Okay.
It's
Oh,
impossible
that's
to not be
double.
touching something at all times.
And then after your watch, who are you gonna agitate awake?
Jash.
Jash, okay. Who can see equally as poorly, so he's also relying on his ears.
But I too would be using nothing else but my ears.
There you
So
go.
heightened.
Alrighty. Okay. Well, either these things have got everything else in the area, pedantically scared, so where they're not coming, nothing else is creeping around, or they just haven't bothered to come this far. But you do not, or should I say, nothing stumbles across you this evening. So you actually get through the night without any unpleasantries.
Great.
Okay. That following morning, of course, Marigold can pray to Tritherion at the appointed hour and ask for whatever new spells she feels she needs. We are going to go ahead and take a very short break because this is the appropriate time. It's morning. You successfully managed to survive the night. So you can pray to Tritherion. Satch can revitalize his energies to get all of his spells back, as can Rush. And you guys are, what you want to do?
Saying prayers, and once that's done, stand up and look at everyone. Should we get closer? A little bit closer?
I think we'll need to.
Yeah. Why didn't they come bother us all night? They have great eyesight.
Well, I mean, we ran away pretty far and we covered our tracks, so it'd be pretty tough for them to find us. Unless they happen to stumble right upon where we were by happenstance.
Alright.
All right, I'm willing to get as close as you guys are. So lead the way.
Can we, look, when we start heading back in that direction, can we see if there are, tracks to see how kind of far they went?
You can definitely have Satch make a tracking roll, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, he makes a search skill roll, but he uses it to find tracks.
Okay.
You want me to do that, or does someone else want to roll?
I
don't you.
care who does it.
All right. So my rolls are good.
All right. Okay, you get quite a lot, further towards the camp than you probably was expecting before Satch can start to see random tracks all over the place. He can definitely tell that they did spread out and search the surrounding area, but what he can definitely tell is two things. There were always at least two of them. They were always in pairs.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't really, while they covered a lot of ground, they didn't go more than probably a quarter of a mile away from the cave. They didn't extend any further than that.
Okay. So it kind of looks like they have a boundary and don't really care what happens outside of it. Well, perhaps it was going to be daylight. They had to get back.
Can he determine how long ago these tracks were, or is that too hard to tell?
I think it's pretty obvious that they were from last night.
No, I mean,
How many hours ago?
Yeah, like how long ago? Like, would it sync up with the daylight coming? Like, I guess that's what we're looking for, right?
Yeah.
Mary?
No, it hasn't been enough time really to and there hasn't been any real weather change to be able to discern whether this was an hour ago or 6 hours ago.
Okay. Okay, I guess we could get a bit closer still.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
And then...
So how...
What's our
You gonna
plan
move all the way to
today?
the tree line, or...?
Not quite the tree line, that's... We didn't want to be at the tree line, right, guys?
It's your call, Mary. What do you want to do?
I said my call, you both were very adamant that we weren't going to the tree line 10 minutes ago.
Josh?
Well, I mean, we need to go up there to see if they're out, if any of them are actually out in the sunlight, right? And that would give us at least one clue in one direction.
Okay.
I mean, right?
Yeah, let's risk it for the biscuit.
We're not risking it. I mean, we're not just going to run out there like, hello. We're just going to see if they're there, if they're out. We'll be as quiet as possible, as much as we
Okay.
can be.
That's what I wanted, so
That's
great.
what so far.
Well, we can still keep trying.
Let's go
Get back on the horse and all that.
Okay, so...
to the tree line again.
All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and move you kind of back towards the edge of the trees, then, where you're going to be eyeballing. Okay, so you work your way back slowly back towards the tree line, peering through. You notice two things. One, there is no sign of any of these guys. Two, they have chained the creature. They have put, the big boar, they have put a much tighter leash on it and chained it to where it's now pretty much stuck in the entrance.
That's funny. Interesting.
So I guess snaking is out of the question. Not that we were planning on it anyways.
What if we put this boar to sleep again? Go up to the the front of the cave, and yell, and then when they chase us again, see if they come out this time without any spells.
All of this to determine if they will or will not come out of the cave during daylight hours.
Okay,
Right?
it's an easy way to do this. Ghost sounds.
We'd have to
Perhaps.
get pretty close for the ghost sounds, right? I mean,
Right.
Yeah. You'd have to get right up to the entrance pretty much, or close to.
so the last time we approached this cave, the boar made a noise, right? Like it heard us, it saw us before it was put to
Well,
sleep.
initially it didn't, but once
Yeah,
you all
it-
were standing 40 feet away from it and just yammering on, then yeah, it pretty quickly perked its ears up and realized something was there.
So even though we put it to sleep, entering the cave, we were then attacked because obviously something was close to the cave entrance and heard the squeals and knew we were coming.
Yeah, so
The question is there always something by the entrance of the cave keeping watch?
I mean,
I
there
mean,
was like a little alcove there. So, I mean, obviously there's a good spot for a guard or an ambush point for sure.
They weren't expecting anything before, and they had people standing watch there. Now they know there are things in the area. I'd bet on that.
Mm-hmm.
I would too.
okay, so then we make a noise to see if it comes out, right?
What if it's more of the same? What if they all come out and they start coming again? We have to run again and hide again?
Well, again, then we know that light isn't a weakness. I mean, wasn't that the whole plan?
Yes?
Okay.
I'm just
No, so
saying.
what noise are we doing?
How about we make Marigold say hello, friends again, because that seemed to get them all attention.
No, that would require me wasting a huge spell.
I mean, anything. If they're on high alert, they know
Oh,
that
thanks
we're
for the
around.
chill armor eater, by the way. I didn't notice that until just now.
Do I have to
thank
get
you for that,
that?
dude.
I have to go. You want me to put it right in the entrance?
Well, near it so that they can hear it.
Ah, jeez. Okay. I guess I'm gonna get as close as I can without actually
Alright,
being out in the
So
open.
let's go back to there then.
I would go with him, just as kind of some backup, just in case something happens.
Give me a second. I gotta go ahead and move.
We got your
y'all.
back from way back here. Don't
Right.
worry.
Thanks.
Right, and I'm gonna go ahead and move this to here. 'cause
Solid
this is where
bunch.
this
Solid
is.
brave bunch. Thank you.
Alright. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Alrighty, and let's move you guys over to this map. Once again, you'll have to bear with me as I pick it up and drag it and drop it and pick it up and drag it and drop it. It's interesting because it's something that seems to get asked about all the time on the forums, but they just have not yet come up with a fix for it. So, okay. So from the tree line, so this is basically what you guys can see. And as I said, you know, they have put the they've chained the boar considerably closer to the entrance, so it really doesn't have hardly any leeway to move.
Okay, let's try to be as quiet as possible, and then we can get close and you can cast a spell. Yeah, is that what we need to do? I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we don't want it to be too close because we want him to come out, right? So.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Well, the tree line, as I said, it's like, you know, from that side you're about 250 yards from the tree line to the entrance. So you've got some open ground to cover.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Now,
Well,
of
let's
course,
just-
there's a lot of these big rocks and stuff like that. Gnomes are pretty small and stealthy, so you could probably try to work your way through all these rocks, and maybe it won't see you. You're definitely be a lot easier to hide than you know, Jash or Marigold. That's for sure.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna. We get to the lines where I guess as far as we can go with Josh still being able to hide.
I mean, it's either that or you skirt along the edge of the cliff face here. You could try that too.
Yeah, but if he comes out, then he's gonna see us.
Well, if it comes out, then we know that they came out. We'll just run. It'll take them a while for the whole group to come out, if that's the case.
Okay. I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself.
Okay. I don't blame you at all.
And
And then, which route are you going to take? Try to weasel through these rocks? And kind of come up
that's where
through.
I was gonna go, but only if Josh wasn't coming with me. So I don't know if that's.
Well, you want me to wait here, back, kind of farther away, so the ball doesn't see me and you can do your thing?
I mean, I hate this so much. Okay. Yeah, I guess we can do that.
Okay.
So then I'd wait a little further back, you know, here, Gore, so that, you know, whereas I can't go farther than that, but
Okay, so you're going to kind of sneak along the base of the cliff face a little way.
yeah, just to keep an eye on Rush and make sure.
And then Rush, you're going to travel... You're going to pick your way through these rocks, but just with him watching?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to find a good one to hide behind.
All right, give me a hide skill roll then. And with the rocks, you get your size. So I'll give you a with the rocks and stuff like that, and your size. I'll give you a +4 on that for the rocks for sure.
Ooh. All right, so this +4.
All right. Okie dokie. There's a couple of times as you sneak closer that you see the thing like pick its ears up, but it doesn't really seem to have any direct indication as to what it's listening to or where it's coming from, and it very quickly gets distracted with snuffling the ground again. So you are able to get pretty close to it. That's about 40 feet from here. If you wanted to, you can probably get as close as here without a problem. All the way up to the edge of the rocks.
Alright, so I'm going to drop the sounds of an orc speaking and fumbling around in the rocks here. Right around in this area. Around the entrance.
Okay. What's the, do you want to have the orc speak? If so, you speak Orcish?
I do.
Okay, so if you want, then you can actually have it speak very specific things, or you can just have it grumble and moan. It's up to you, really.
Yeah, it's just kind of grumbling to itself. Maybe saying some things that might sort of give the connotation that it was at the camp and got away.
Okay. All right. And you said you want to kind of cast ghost sounds over here, right? In
right,
the entrance.
Just kind of have it sort of be like it's looking around the entrance, but try not to get too close because of the door.
Right.
And then it's sort of making movements away from the side so that hopefully whatever's in there will come out to look for it, not just glance out and try to see if he can see it from there.
All right. Okay, so you drop that. Well, the first thing that happens is the big boar obviously hears the sounds and immediately starts squealing loudly and pulling at the chain. Fortunately, the chain is not long enough for it to get any real kind of run on it, so it doesn't get a real snatch to have an opportunity to try to break the chain. But it is not long before you see a little horned individual stick his head out of the entrance of the cave. Let me go ahead and grab you one real quick. Let's see. Alrighty. Okay, yep, you see one kind of come to the entrance. Initially, you only see him kind of hiding, like, in the shadows. Once he can't see whatever it is he's looking at, you see him kind of move out and behind the diabor, like he's using it as some form of large shield. As then he begins to kind of, like, crouch. He scuffles over to these rocks, crouches down behind him, disappearing temporarily from view, as he's obviously like getting himself into a position of stealth, like he's trying to wait and watch to see what comes forward, if anything at all. Okay, after probably a couple of minutes of nothing happening, you see him gingerly sneak out from behind here and make his way just here into a more open clearing as he starts to look to the left, look to the right, and sniff the air like some kind of beast.
And you said that from where I'm at to the tree line is more than 170 feet, right?
It's about 250 yards to this cave entrance, so yeah, I mean, it's a couple of 100 yards.
Damn.
I mean, they clearly cleared out a big area in front of their cave so that nothing can easily get close to the cave entrance without being seen.
I'm gonna glance back towards the tree line, wondering if I can see anybody. I know they're supposed to be hiding back there.
I mean, you know exactly where they are, so you can look to where they are, but they probably can see you. You probably can't see them. I mean, where you're crouched and hidden behind these rocks, they can't see you, but if you were out, you know, a little bit more in the open, they probably could.
Right, so I'm gonna sort of make a little wave hand motion. Do I have to have sight for this? Probably. Alright, so I'm gonna pop my head out from the side of the rock and cast Deep Slumber on him.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you're in a hidden position, so you can get a good line of sight from the rocks to him without him necessarily having much of a chance to see you, as long as you don't, like, you know, leap out or whatever. Do you have do you have Deep Slumber or no? On your sheet?
I don't have it macro, but I can pop this up in there.
Yeah, that's fine. Alrighty, so up to 10 hit dice, and basically it's, other than that, it's basically a sleep spell. It just does up to 10 hit dice, right?
Right.
I believe. Alrighty.
Guess it would hit the board too, huh?
Good.
It would, in theory, because it is a 10-foot radius, so yeah, it could technically hit both. But he is your main target, right? So you want him to be hit first, and then if there's enough hit dice worth left over to hit the diabor. Right. Alrighty. Okay. So it needs a willpower save to negate, and I think we figured out it was 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, is it 18 or 19 that it needed? Do you remember?
I know that it was +2. Let's see.
It's 18.
It is 18, right. Okay, so it needs a willpower save of 18. Alrighty, let's see how much willpower this little horny dude has. Quite a lot, but not enough. As you see him like... and he drops down to one knee and then falls over to his side using his shield as a pillow and lays down on it. I don't think that there's enough hit dice, but let me double check. For that, you have... no, there's not enough hit dice left to take out the boar as well. So the boar will not be asleep, but he is fast asleep. Now, the chain on the boar, he can probably get close to where he is, but probably not much for, you know... Boar's probably got about a range of here. So the boar can't definitely can't move past this little dude.
Alright, so now I guess everybody at the tree line's gonna see me pop up and wave my arm back and forth really fast.
Alright, yep, so you see the little beastie fellow fox, take a dirt nap, and you can just see Rush's head and shoulders above the rocks flagging you down.
I'd probably see it pretty close, yeah, since I was kind of around the corner.
You're just kind of over here, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd kind of move to a position Rush could maybe see me and just, like, shrug my shoulders at him. Because I don't think I was in sight to see that, right? That was my whole point, that I was kind of out of that sight line.
Like, lifting him up on his shoulder.
So I'm going to start making my way closer to here to get a better look.
Okay.
And once I see, like, the guy asleep and the boar, I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm going to start making my way over here to grab him.
All right.
But
Well, as soon as you
seeing
do
the
so,
boar,
the boar will see you, and you can see it straining against the chain to get to to try to reach you. Again, it can't get any further than this, but it is squealing pretty loudly and making a lot of noise.
So can I go up and just like grab a hoof and kind of pull it in my direction to get
as in, like,
further?
you just want to like grab him and pull him without. I would say, yeah, you can.
Okay, so I'll do that, and then I'll swing him. So once I get him a safe distance away from the boar, I'll throw him over my shoulder and start hiking it back towards the tree line.
All right, so you steal the sleeping, slumbering beast dude. And
he's disarmed, by the way. Like.
All right, Rush, are you following him? I'm guessing.
Yep.
Alrighty, okay.
Flip off the boar as I run away.
We should probably run for a while.
We need to tie this asshole up.
Yeah, and tie him up as we're running.
So you're gonna make it to the tree line first, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have a successful goat napping.
All right, I'm gonna make my life easy here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and move this damn map all the way down to here.
Do we have Pass Without a Trace on yet?
No, we didn't actually cast it.
Let's
No,
cast that.
so you might have left a few tracks going in and out.
They know we're in that direction, I think, at this point.
All right. So let me go ahead and move you guys.
Maybe let's swing southeast for a little bit, since we have tracks that lead northeast, and cast the spell so we're not tracked.
Yeah, Physic casts one of the Pass Without Trace when Marigold makes that suggestion, because that's a good idea.
Okay, all right. So Physic casts Pass Without Trace.
We tie up this jerk.
The beast dude.
I'll help carry him with
rodeo style with all his hooves together. And
okay, yep.
And we're going this way.
All right. Okay, so you guys are going to hoof it in a big arc away from there and get a good distance away. Okay. All right, well, we'll leave you on this map, but just assume that you've traveled a good distance, just because it's a lot easier than constantly relocating maps just so there's trees. All right.
You still asleep?
Well, it depends on how far you ran, because
my spell only lasts 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's how far we run.
Probably.
So basically, you run until he starts to come round and squirm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. He's got duct tape on his mouth, so it's good.
Oh, but no. So you were gonna gag him though as well.
Yeah, I don't want to hear his annoying goat noises.
All right. Yeah. So you get free into the trees. Finally, he starts to come around and begins to squirm and squiggle and try to move. I mean, he's quite a handful to hang on to, especially with his goat.
Let's tie him to a tree once he's also, so he's not. We don't have to like actually.
Yeah, I like it.
So he doesn't like squirm like a little worm, sniveling worm.
All right. Okay. So you tie him to this tree right here.
Okay.
All right.
I imagine.
And there you have him, gagged and bound.
I imagine Physic would check him out.
Goat torture.
Right, like his eyes and stuff too, for sure.
Yeah, observe his natural proclivities, like the eyesight.
All right. Well, basically, he is definitely goat from the waist down. His upper torso is definitely humanoid. He does have very kind of, albeit very bronzed human skin with lots of patches of very thick, wiry fur. Again, he has 2 horns that are probably no more than about an inch tall coming out of his forehead. A very wide nose. A very small tuft of fur hanging from his chin. His eyes look very goat-like. They're not very human-like.
So would Physic know that means they have better vision at night, can see in the dark?
Is that a problem with goats? I don't know. Goats.
I don't know. What can goats see?
Give me a knowledge nature check for physic.
Go, physic.
Even though he doesn't necessarily know what these are, he can definitely draw some comparisons from nature.
Oh, knowledge nature, here we go. What was knowledge nature doing?
What was that noise?
Oh, you can't
What?
have it physic, but
Natural 20.
that was a 20. All right. Okay. So
Are goats nocturnal?
I mean, he can basically he can assume by looking at this thing that they probably do have pretty good night vision. Whether they can see in pitch black like orcs, he's not sure, but they probably definitely have good night vision. That being said, he doesn't necessarily see any reason that their eyes would have a problem with the daylight either.
Damn.
Oh yeah, we know that. He walked outside in the daylight.
What if he was just blind?
You got me there. What if he was just blind? Maybe. Who knows?
What if he's just closing his eyes?
But now we're into phase 2 of our plan, which is interrogation.
Phase 2.
Yeah, phase 2.
Does this mean can I cast tongues on someone else? Or let me see.
Yeah, if you can cast it on me, I'll do it.
Let me see.
Really? Josh, you want to be the diplomatic one?
Tongues is whoever you,
diplomatic.
I can
tongues
cast
is
it on
whoever you
somebody.
touch.
Why would we be diplomatic?
Well, we want to get his answers peaceably first, right?
So you can basically touch somebody
Sure.
and give them tongues.
Woohoo.
Yeah, I'll be peaceful. Don't worry.
Josh, you need to shake my hand and promise me you will be as peaceful as possible until things get dire. Dire meaning he's threatening us, and he's, you know what I'm saying. Dire does not mean
tied up,
he spits
gagged
on you
form.
once.
Spits on me, so all it takes is one spit and I can do whatever I want.
No, the opposite.
Maybe we should make this a little bit easier if possible. I'm gonna try casting hypnotism on him before they get started.
All right. If you use this spell in combat, each target is +2. If a spell affects only a single creature, okay. When the subject is fascinated by this spell, it reacts as though it were 2 steps more friendly in attitude. This allows you to make a single request of the affected creature, providing you can communicate with it. The request must be brief and reasonable. Even after the spell ends, the creature retains its new attitude.
Well, shit, that's not gonna help us, is it?
Well, it's 2d4 hit dice, right?
No, I mean the problem is I can't communicate with it.
Well, physic can, and
give it
if
to
it's
you.
nice. Yeah, I didn't shake her hand yet, so I
Right.
haven't taken the spell. So if you can pull it off, and you're like, hey, he's nicer now, we'll have obviously someone else talk to him.
Well, that's the thing, is this spell will make it slightly more affinitive towards Rush. So
Just a rush. Okay, well, hey, that's still probably better.
All right. If that's the case, I'm going to look at Rush and say, "Are you ready to talk to him?" I kind of have this like look of relief as I am casting it on Rush and not Josh.
Jazz, you'll see me just fold my arms.
Okay, so you're gonna basically Rush. You're gonna Marigold's gonna cast tongues, and then you're gonna cast that spell.
Shouldn't we have done it the other way around?
I don't know.
Shouldn't we have done that reverse?
I think it's too late now. We already said what we were doing, so...
Well, no, I mean I don't care which order you cast the spells. The
Shouldn't we
first
say
thing you've got to do is roll
it'll
2d4
work?
to see how many hit dice of creature it's affected.
Right, that's first level.
So you wanna, obviously you wanna as high as you possibly can.
Roll high.
What am I rolling? 2d? No, that's round.
Yeah, you want to roll 2d4.
Oh, 2d4 either way. Okay.
Yeah, 2d4 to see how many hit dice the hypnotism will work against. 5 hit dice. All right. Okay. And then it gets a 16-point saving throw.
Is it 16? Yeah, it would be. It's level,
well,
yeah,
is it-
16.
Yeah.
It's 16. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ow! Is that what you just did? Ow!
All right. And it passes the save. Okay. Well, it was actually just enough to be affected, but it does manage to shrug that off. It's too pissed at you to be friendly.
I just gave it a good nap.
But you do, obviously you have tongue, so you can communicate with this thing.
Well, I didn't get hypnotism. I don't want to talk to it now. Okay, all right. How long do I have?
Like over an hour, like an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay, good. What do we want to say to it? Hi. What? My name is Rush. What's your name?
All right. It just, you see it kind of like its big nostrils are like flaring as lots of steam comes out, and through its gagged mouth, it just.
Oops. We should probably gag him.
You gave it to the littlest one, and not me. I have to say I'm hurt by that.
All right. I'm gonna approach and de-gag him,
Okay.
and then back away to the right or left of it so he doesn't spit on me.
Alrighty. Okay, it takes a couple of deep breaths. It's like,
I'm sorry we got to be rough like this, but
Alright, it just scowls up at you, and you see its head like turn to the left and right as it seems to be trying to take stock of all of you.
Tell him we're not his enemy. Didn't they take care of the orc encampment? We hate orcs.
was that you guys that took care of the orcs back at the camp to the? Was it the west? To the west?
Alright, I don't think he'd have a problem with that. He just looks up at you and you see him like smirk a little bit. And then it
was
says,
good work.
They didn't see it coming, and neither will you.
Alright.
Well, so, remind him that we've killed plenty of orcs ourselves, including other.
So I'm gonna hear Dallas say that, and I'm gonna be like, well, all due respect, you didn't see it coming either.
What?
okay, he just looks at you and he says,
The tribe knows. It smelt you. It knows what you are. It knows where you are.
You got a pretty big tribe?
he just looks at you and grins. And it says,
More than you can count.
I don't know
The
about that.
tribe is ready for war.
War against what? We didn't do anything. He's a chatty one.
You need to
Hey.
coax it out of him.
Oh, I see. Josh, you want to punch him in the face?
Oh, with pleasure.
And I'll look over at Marigold to almost like get permission to do it.
Okay, so
Through my glasses.
we can just chat this out. But if you want to do it the hard way, I'm just gonna sort of shrug at him.
alright, he just stares up at you and like just and continues to snort out of his almost bull-like nose.
Alright, I'm gonna set Jerusha on the ground and have her run over there and grab like a big chunk of his leg there and give him a shock.
Oh, like bite him? Okay. Roll the damage.
It's just one. And then her shock would is like what?
D3. So 1 plus D3, basically. Alright, so 3 points total. Okay. It just kind of like you just see him kind of like and like try to jerk his whole body almost instinctively, like he wants to lash out at it but can't.
Ask if it was hard to take the orcs prisoners. Like trick him.
The orcs had prisoners, probably, yeah? Do you take them with you?
We took everything.
All right.
The
He
children
says they took it all.
of Erethnal have no fear of you.
Ask if they're still
Erethnal?
alive.
Did you take the prisoners alive? What do you do with them?
You want those that are like you, don't you? That's why you're here. They're
We've just never seen goat
slaves to
people
the
before.
children of Erethnal. Those that survived. Those strong enough.
So I'm gonna tell everybody what he just said.
All right.
So they do have prisoners like us.
Satch is not here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does he know who that god is, or whoever he spoke
I would
of?
say, well, it's one of those things that you really gotta tell me what you want to do, doesn't it? I hate it when a player's not here because I can't tell you what the player would or would not do, even though I feel fairly confident that knowing him, he would want to do a certain thing at this point, but that's not my place.
Well, I imagine
knowledge
religion check.
If you want to make a knowledge religion check, by all means, go right ahead.
That's what I would do. So.
Yeah.
Anyone who had knowledge religion, I would totally do.
Yeah, I guess Marigold does.
All right. So Physic has a 14. Marigold a 13. Okay. So what you know is not a whole bunch, but you know that Erethnal is the god of hate, envy, malice, slaughter, and is often revered by things such as gnolls, trolls, bugbears, and the more cruel and sinister races of the world, for sure.
Oh, so much for reasoning.
Wait, what did you say, Rush? What god was that? Erethnal?
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh no?
Oh no, what?
The head of that god is, they are evil.
The god of Rohypnol, really?
The god of Rohypnol.
I mean, I kind of would assume a name like that.
Bad news. Hate.
So he's not going to be very helpful, is he?
Yeah, I mean, you could, he's often represented by either like just a like a red blood drop, or like a bestial mask.
What did he say about the prisoners?
They're slaves. Well, those who survived and are capable.
So there's some alive.
It would
Ask,
seem.
what are they making them do as slaves?
Slave things? I don't know. Do you have the slaves, like, what do they do? Do they, like, wait on you guys, or are they
Bury
like,
rocks?
they clean the stables or something?
Harry rocks. The most like slave thing to do. Like the most cliche slave thing.
They work. They build. They skivvy. They provide entertainment when we're bored.
Oh,
They
God.
skivvy? They entertain them, and they build stuff, and they skivvy.
Ask what they would want to trade for them.
You want me to ask a guy who worships a dude who's
I know
evil,
it's
malicious?
not going to be, an answer we'd like, but I'm just curious how high the stakes are for them, for these slaves.
Are you entrepreneurs? Do you like the occasional trade?
He kind of looks at you rather curiously.
Trade?
Like maybe something we can give you.
The children of Erethnal take. We do not trade. Ask the orcs.
They're
I
dead.
can't kill them all.
So have you asked them if there's another way into the cave. I mean, I'm sure he won't tell us, but have you asked him? Maybe brought it up?
Have you had the slaves build you a back door or something? Because that front one, just with that dire board, that's... You guys, there another door?
Doors. There's a puny concept. There is one way in and one way out.
That's dangerous, dude.
Not for the children of Erethnal, only those that would dare to violate our privacy.
What if I closed your door? Then what would you do?
First of all, you can't. Secondly, the might of Erethnal is such that we could open any door.
Causing a cave-in's not going to work, apparently.
We could tunnel through the sides of a mountain if we so chose.
Apparently goats are burrowing animals, guys.
Insult their numbers, and then maybe he'll tell you how many there are.
Or mention the fact that the little ones are always the big ones' bitches anyway, right? So aren't they slaves too?
Yeah.
This guy's...
Yeah, okay, so... You're the children of... Rohypnol. I'm gonna purposely say the god's name wrong.
Okay. He just looks at you and says,
"We are the followers of Erethnal."
That's what I said. The bigger ones, is that like we saw bigger ones before? Is that like your mommy? Like.
We live a pure culture. The strong get stronger and grow bigger. Those that survive grow to be mighty. You sit there looking full of envy. You wish you could be as powerful as the children of Erethnal. You are envious even of one of my puny stature. But in time I will grow to be a great horned venom hunter, a great horned dragon killer, a great horned massacreist of all that dwells beneath the trees.
Hey, Josh, you see those horns on his head?
Yeah.
Snap one off.
Alright.
probably not possible to snap one off. You'd probably have to dig it out. It's only like...
That's fine. You can do that.
Well, then I'll start digging.
Okay. All right. Well, he is going to start to scream in agony because that is like brutal torture. That's pretty sick and twisted shit you're doing right now.
He told me to do it.
I don't like that noise.
I'll kind of get halfway and stop.
What he told me to do? Maybe he said something that's where the power comes from or something.
Okay, we need a few more answers. I feel like that would like kill him.
Well, it won't kill him. Just hurts his pride a little bit. And these bitches have plenty to spare.
So maybe we just like chip a part of it off or something.
How about that? You want to keep those little horns of yours so they can grow to be the big, massive horns?
Did the goat pass out?
No, I mean there's blood kind of pouring down his scalp where you started digging into it with a dagger or whatever it was.
God, so gross.
But he looks at you after he's like gotten through the pain and just like,
yes, you too will succumb. Did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy inflicting pain? You seem to enjoy
Honestly,
it.
dude, not really. You tick me off, but...
his eyes are firmly fixed on Jash right now as he's saying this. Of course, Jash can't understand.
I can't understand him, yeah.
But he is like almost like got a gleeful malice in his eyes as he's staring at Jash.
I'm gonna glance at Josh and be like...
You notice he kind of tilts his head so that the blood begins to run down his forehead. And then once it gets to the bottom of his lip, he's like... and licks his own blood as if he's like trying to fill his mouth with as much of it as he possibly can.
I'm gonna kind of glance at Josh and just be like,
Did he like that?
this dude's really kinky.
And with that, Josh, I'll take a step or two back a little further.
All right. He says,
Guys, we're not gonna get anything out of him.
Can
He's
you
as
smell
demented
it?
as they come.
I still want to see if we could get more accurate numbers from him. Not
Numbers?
numbers, but like how big his crew is.
It's pretty big.
crew? His crew?
His crew.
What is
Well,
he?
gang.
it
You're gonna
has
challenge
one
him
thing
to a
to call
dance off in a
crews.
minute or something like that, or is this gonna be like a rap battle or a...
You know, a lot of times, you know, guys like yourself, they talk a big game. I mean, I know I'm pretty small, and you had a lot of those big guys around you. Maybe you got kind of like a complex or something. I think you're telling me there's a lot of people down there, but it's really just... it's a tribe, so I don't know, maybe 50?
If that's what you think, go look.
Damn.
If you had the...
And he literally looks down between his legs as he says it without saying the word, but he looks up and just leaves a blank and says,
You would have already entered the caves and fought instead of running like cowards, like the weak-willed ones you are, resorting to these kind of cowardly tactics.
I'm just gonna keep eye contact with him, but have Jerusha electric shock his.
okay. Alright, he'll let out another yelp. Ah!
Yes, continue, inflict as much pain as you will. Give
Can we
in.
just kill this guy already? He's not gonna help us.
Erethnal senses your vile nature.
What's he saying?
He's the biggest troll I've ever met. He is enjoying the pain. We're not gonna get anywhere. Remember, we originally thought if we caught them and then like said we would let him go, that might give us some leverage. That's not gonna work.
Just try to find out if they're like preparing traps in the cave. They're waiting for us to just come into it.
Ask Tritherion to bless him.
What?
I'll translate.
Trithelion would never bless such an evil thing.
Well, I don't know how this religion stuff works.
Well, there's good guys and there's bad guys. This guy is not a good guy.
Well, ask the good guy that you talk to every morning, what do we do with the bad guy?
Right? Right now?
Pray?
Depends if he's hurt people. Do you think he's
Yeah!
CC?
I'm pretty sure if she's down there and she's alive, she's not having a good time.
Then he needs to pay.
Nothing that you do to him is gonna be payment.
You don't consider death payment?
He welcomes it.
There's no way to compel him to tell us what we need to know.
What do you do to somebody who enjoys seeing you hurt him?
Give him a
I could
kiss.
do something tomorrow. So I prepared everything I need, but not quite. I could
Well, the only way we're going to be able to at all infiltrate this place is to whittle their numbers down. Of course, we don't know what their numbers are, but if we kill a few of them here, a few of them there, we can get them weak enough that we can then enter the cave.
It could take a while.
Agreed. So it would be nice to know how many we have to deal with. How many of the big guys, how many of the little guys.
Well, he says they can smell us.
I've got a keen sense of smell.
And they can see well in the dark.
So does physics, pass without a trace, get rid of our scent?
Yes.
It does.
Okay. So once we do eventually go in there, we can cast that to help.
What it doesn't
I don't
do is
see it.
keep it doesn't make you
It
not
doesn't make
quiet.
Right.
Yeah, we entered there with that on, and, we couldn't see anything, so Rush lit a light, and then we were attacked. So
maybe you're saying they can't see in the dark without some sort of light source?
Or they can, but they heard us and saw that we were lighting a source. That's why they attacked.
But say we didn't smell like anything and we were also extremely... What if we were silent? Would they have trouble?
Could still see us.
When we couldn't see them, because it's dark in there. That's
Right.
the one thing I noticed. There was no torchlights in that cavern, so clearly they could see in the dark. As Physic has already said, right? So... How do we see in the dark with them? We don't. We have to have a light source, which means they know we're there.
Because I can make us all silent when we enter the cave.
Can you make us see?
Do that. Do you think so? We would have to have light source. We would just have to have light. I think.
So, when they spread out to find us from the previous night, they traveled in pairs. That's what Physics saw, right?
Yes.
But at the entrance to the cave, there was only ever one in that little alcove, keeping watch.
But there was another nearby.
Very close by, true.
Which means they all probably know that we took this guy.
By now, yes. But they didn't double up their guard duty, which is troublesome, which means there's a lot of them.
It means they don't care. They don't see us as a threat.
Right. Yes.
Of which they're right.
Right.
I still say that would kill the prisoners.
If we got rid of our sound and our scent, that would at least mitigate 50 goat people coming towards us. The light's not going to help because we'd need one, so whoever could see. But it's a cave and there's tunnels and turns, so we might be able to get away with it.
We need more people.
Well, there's the Agashi tribe. But they're far away by now.
If you took a direct route to the Agashis, like actually go straight there, you're basically going day 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get back to the Agashi tribe in about 4 days, taking the most direct route.
But then the question is, would they help us? Because they might just look at us and be like, well, you're an idiot for going that far to that way where the Deadlands are. Why would we go with you?
Well, I could always...
Because their god is evil.
These guys got sense evil.
Yeah.
I could always send a message to them.
Let's appeal to their sense of, my god is better than yours.
I mean, you'd send a message?
Yes, I could send a message to the leader. ask if he could send out some people to help somehow. If we're
I
willing
mean-
to wait that long. Cece's whoever is alive in there is a slave, and who knows how much longer they have to survive.
I mean, I'm not send a message to them. So a message like, we have cleared the dead lands, right, of its danger.
Have we?
Well, I mean, we cleared out those Duckosaur things, right?
Maybe you can send a message to Snake Shaman Man and ask him about these things.
I don't know how much stake I put into things that he knows.
Well, to our knowledge, he kept us from being slaughtered during the moon.
Yeah. He's still kind of weird.
We still don't fully know what that was about. I mean, he did say wait 2 weeks, and then you
Right,
go
we're
with
just kind of
Leslie.
assuming things that he knew. Hoping.
Like, maybe he knew that the orc encampment by that point was still active and was thusly a danger, and then
Well, to
these
be
Skull
honest, he
people cleared
never
it.
said he knew anything.
No, he said the spirits told him that we need to wait 2 weeks before venturing. That's our safest time.
Yeah, he said the spirits.
Right.
So, how much do you trust his spirits?
Yeah, I don't want to you
Hey,
to
a
message
lot of
him.
people put a lot of faith in Jack Daniels. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, messaging the leader is a safer bet, even though he might not hold the full power of the tribe.
Right.
But he is the strongest, and these bastards are strong, and
Could we promise them some kind of gift? Something that they'd want in return?
well, the dirigible ship has supplies and stuff. I mean, a lot of it's been pilfered, but it has wood and the like, right? Well, they live in the forest.
Here are some
We'll
planks
give
of
you
wood.
some wood!
Wood, I
It's
guess.
like offering a merman a glass of water.
Here, have dead trees.
We could set up a trading route from Azumaya if we survive.
Or at least make them in contact with the elves. I mean, they could be formidable friends. That's
I
not...
don't know.
Just
I don't know
shaking.
about that.
It's like
Shaking
an
my
idea.
head.
You throw it out there and dismiss it immediately. Like, yeah, no.
Look, what are the
Or what about
Akashi?
the elves? I mean, the elves wouldn't help us, but they may have information.
Well, they're even farther away though. But that's not a bad idea. I mean, I'm just. What could the Agashi people or the elves do for us besides give us numbers? What can we do for them, rather? That's the question, right? Because like.
That
What's
is a
the
good
problem?
question. They didn't really need anything from us. They were doing a pretty fine job on their own.
They were, weren't they? They were just venturing
Especially
out.
the elves.
They had plenty of food, the Agashi tribe.
They did enjoy the healing, but
Except for the snake charming man. He didn't like that.
right, he didn't like it.
Well, I mean, the elves were pretty honorable and like followed codes and whatnot. And we did save one of them.
But, so, yeah. But, I mean, that's true.
So, you know, they're kind of always solid.
Of course, the elves are weeks away.
Yeah, they're way far away.
I think Agashi tribe is the best.
But what do we
Well-
offer?
Well, why don't we ask them?
Right. Maybe they know what they want.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the Organ Camel, which they can clear out, another base of operations. The dirigible crash light, which has wood. Well, it has metal too, right?
That's an awful lot of twisted and superheated iron. Or
Maybe
metal
they
of
just
some sort
want
anyway.
the downfall of every civilization is more. Maybe they just want more. Maybe telling them, we can clear out this, we clear out this, you get more. That might appeal to them. It could.
Of course, we will tell them that we cleared out the Orc encampment.
Well, yeah. of
It'll
course.
bolster our station. And
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
We'll just cover up all the goat tracks before we leave.
Okay. So we tell them we have cleared out the orc encampment and the what did they call the area?
The Deadlands, the Cursed Lands.
The cursed lands.
I don't know what they called it.
Yeah, we purified the cursed lands, and we cleared out the orc encampment. So help.
More land for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd go for that. They might probably are happy where they are, but it's not a bad idea.
And again, maybe they already know what they want, and we won't know until we ask.
Well, I mean, these goat things are pretty freaking evil. It won't be long before they try to take over more land, I'm sure. Or at least that's what we could say.
So, good. So we kill this one and bring it back as evidence of what we discovered.
Not the whole thing.
I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to stop it right there.
Just coming up with something to say. Okay.
Well, the main reason I say that is I think if we wait till Thursday, then Satch can get his 2 cents in as well. Because it's like right there. So we'll, give him time to watch and see what's going on, and then maybe you guys can come up with a consensus then. Well met. I'm Gorbad, the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, as well as the author of thedmsblog.com, where you can find lots of fun and interesting articles for both Dungeon Masters and players alike. If you'd like to keep up with the show, follow us on Twitter at How We Roll. Check out our website, www.howweroll.com, and for our past campaigns and for some fun bonus content, follow us on YouTube at, you've guessed it, How We Roll. We hope to see you all again real soon. Cheers, guys.
Oh, hey, it's me, Satchmo. I play Physic here on How We Roll. Look, I got 2 more of these to take care of, so I'm gonna cut it short. But if you want to follow me anywhere, say Twitch or Twitter, it's just Satchmo, and Satchmo just about everywhere. I'm glad you joined us tonight. I hope you come back again sometime. It stinks.
Hey everybody, Shaggot here. I play a character on How We Roll. I'm not going to tell you who I play because if they die, I'm going to have to redo it. I've already done it once, never again. Follow me on Twitter at aneb_convos, and I'll see you guys on How We Roll.
And that's how air works. What a good story. And I also hope you enjoyed today's story on How We Roll. I'm Jane and I played. If you want to follow me on social media, I do have a Twitter and it is Jane on Twitch with a 0, not no. That's all I have to say, so peace suckers, bye!
Roll the clip. Hello everyone, I play Jash Windstriker, a level 5 human fighter, and I really like playing him because he does really cool stuff all the time. And there you have it. You guys can follow me on Twitter at MattySweetTweet. And thank you so much for watching every Monday and Thursday. You guys are the best. I'm having a fantastic time on How We Roll so far, even though my character first ever got killed off. No big deal. No problem. We'll see you guys next time.
Hey guys, I am the Dragon Spooker, and for you and How We Roll this time, I'm playing Rush Brinkery, the Nomian engineering sorcerer. If you don't get enough with me on the show, then you can follow me on Twitter at Dragon Spooker. You can also check out my channel, which I should be streaming more in here in the future with my new rig this year, at twitch.tv/thedragonspooker. I'll see you next episode.